Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and I am filming in my basement today, where there's the stairs, literally. The basement is unfinished. It's rather big. I'm not going to take you all through a complete walkthrough, but before we jump into the hall, I thought you all might like to see a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look of what my inventory storage is like. So let's go ahead and check it out. So it looks a little different on camera, but this little caddy of a room is where my eBay stuff was before. There's still a little bit of inventory in here, but not as bad as it once was. Funny enough, when we started to empty it out and put it in the other room, it looks a lot bigger in here than what originally it felt like, because there was just so much in here. But yeah, every time I'd come down here to find an eBay purchase or pick some things out for my sale, I would have to have my phone on, because there's no light in this room. This is what I was working with right here. It would literally be like this. I'd have to have my phone light on, or I would have to find one of those like hanging lights, because yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. Let's just put it that way. So I'm happy I'm in the other room, so I'll go ahead and show that to you all. So it's still a work in progress. If you guys hear somewhat of a loud noise, I'm literally like right in the room by the furnace, and also we are in an unfinished basement, so there will be a bit of an echo. But this used to be my mom's, I called it her studio. She would do her crafting in here. She would do her clay works, her pottery. So this is now going to be my eBay/live sale room. Like I said, it is a work in progress. We still have bins of items from the other room that you guys just saw. I just need to get through these, decide what I'm doing with what. I literally just went to Walmart today, the day that I'm filming this, and loaded up on boxes because I needed them for the biz. Over here, this is the start of my eBay stuff. This is all the brand new items, or new old stock items if they're vintage. Just piled up on this one shelf, which is great. And I'm in the light, which is awesome. So that means I don't have to worry about finding a way to find something in the dark. Down here, we've got my beauty products, colognes, perfumes. There's a couple of things in here that don't belong, but they just made it onto the shelf anyway. Down here, we have all of my fragile items. Again, these are items that are on eBay. My store is linked in the description box below, so if you want to check that out, you can. And then down here, some more fragile items. These were a great thrift find. They are sconces. They have a really cool, like, opalescent swirl to them. Tupperware canisters. That's an all-clad strainer. So like I said, this is just a little bit of the tip of the iceberg of what I'm trying to do in here. Ultimately, I would love to get another shelf to go right here. So where the boxes are right now is just temporary. And then this is an old pie table that was in my grandmother's house. Over here is another remnant of my grandmother's house. This is the Hoosier. This is a seller's Hoosier. It still has all the original paperwork and such on it. It's really, really cool. Good for storage. I may put my excessive tape and such in here. But like I said, the main goal is to get the stuff that's in these bins onto the shelves. So I'm gonna turn you slowly. And ultimately what I'd like to do is, there are some gray tables that are right out there. You can see them, they are literally right there. I'd like to get them on this wall right here. The one closest to the door I would like to have as my shipping area, and then the one that's closest to this storage room right here I would like to have as my haul video room, because that way stuff is not taking over my living space, because it has for the last few years, and I'm over it. And it'll be good to be in here. Down here, we do want to try to find a way to get rid of the echo. I don't know if it's coming off on camera or not, but you get the idea. So this TV is going to be gone. This is going to basically be my only source of electricity, is this little blue power strip. And then one of my other things that I'm trying to do is categorize some items for certain sales that I do. So you guys know that every once in a while, Katie of Vintage and Vinyl and I will do an industrial sale. So I started putting all of the things that I classify as industrial or advertising on this shelf. This one is the smallest shelf that there is. And I felt that since probably a lot of these items are going to be rotated out a lot, that the shelf doesn't need to be so big. So I will be having my sale with her this upcoming Saturday if industrial is your thing, and some of these items might be there. And then same with this shelf right here. There's just lots of tins and industrial stuff, flower frogs, clocks, some shave mugs, the whole 9 yards. And then I also do sales with Scott of the Old Curiosity Shop sometimes, and I usually like to save my deco pieces for those sales because they'll do better there. This is, I believe, a tiffin bowl. I've had this for a while. I love it, but I don't really need a tidbit tray. And forgive the dust and such, guys. This is just from moving stuff. And then we got that light fixture there. I haven't decided if I want to sell these yet because I really like those. Then I have a stack of jadeite dishes. I don't know if anybody would buy those, but we'll see. So again, a lot of this stuff, it's a work in progress. I'm happy to have a little bit of a bigger space to start putting things. I have started going through some of my eBay inventory, just stuff that hasn't moved, and it's just, like I said, a work in progress. Over here, I would really like to keep it seasonal. Like, I have a lot of stuff for spring right now. Hopefully, I can find some fall items, some winter items, mainly Christmas and Easter. I have these 3 cute little Shawnee chick creamers, and I just sold one of the green ones on eBay. For whatever reason, the green one sells for a lot of money. I don't know. But like I said, categorizing stuff by what it is, or just having a shelf that's all brand new items, whatever it is, it's just going to be so much easier for me. And then, like I said, this is a work in progress right here. This is a box of donations, items that I've had on eBay or forgot that I had taken off of eBay and never got rid of. So that's what this box is. I like to shop, you guys. I love finding vintage treasures and finding good stuff that I can use and or sell. But I also love getting rid of things. I love being able to just purge a box of stuff that I've had that just hasn't sold. And this is cool. Maybe I'll incorporate this into a video sometime. We have a store here. It's called Pop Shelf, and all of their Christmas stuff was 90% off. So I got some really good deals for some giveaway items and such. So that's just been sitting down here because that's part of the biz. So maybe I'll do a quick Pop Shelf haul for you guys and show you the stuff I got for 90% off. Most of it's Christmas, but I know that some of the stuff can be used all year. And then over here, this is just stuff that I haven't decided, well, mixture of stuff I haven't decided what I'm going to do with and stuff that needs to be listed. Like this, I've had this forever. Got that at the Black Rose of Chambersburg several years ago. And I think somebody sold one for like 150 bucks. I just need to get that listed. It's just something that I've been putting off and putting off and putting off. Then again, it's sat in a cramped room. But here, these are Pyrex. Some of these can do pretty well. I've had those for a while. So I'll be getting those listed as best I can, or as soon as possible. So ultimately, the goal is to have these shelves full. So now that we've toured my work in progress of eBay and live sale inventory room, let's go ahead and check out my haul, shall we? Alrighty, so I hope you all enjoyed seeing a little behind the scenes footage of what it takes to be an eBay seller / live sale seller. So now we are checking out the haul from my trip to Bedford, Pennsylvania. It's about an hour's drive away from me. And long story short, the day that I went, we had our yearly inventory where we scanned the whole store and see how bad our losses were. Anyway, so we got there at 4:45 in the morning. We started scanning at 5 o'clock exactly. And then, by the time I went on my break, which was like 7 o'clock, 7:05, 7:10-ish, everyone started coming back and we were told to go home. So I left and I was out of the building by 7:30. And I wanted to keep myself up because I knew if I went home, I would fall asleep and probably take like a 5-hour nap and then not sleep that night because that's unfortunately how my body operates. So I decided, what the heck, let's go ahead and take a little road trip. And since Bedford's only an hour away, I thought, I'll get there right when Hokey G's opens. So I did. And I didn't find a whole lot of stuff. I find they're a little expensive. There are some dealers that offer prices really reasonably. You guys will see that here in just a second. You guys know me. I'm a bargain shopper. I like to find really unique things for really good prices. Sometimes I'll pay up for something if it is really different, really unique, or just something that I really like for myself. But ultimately, I like to keep my prices reasonable so that you all get a good deal too. When it comes to my live sales, when it comes to eBay, I'm looking to get the most I can for an item. So that's just how I roll. But anywho, so at Hokey G's, like I said, they're kind of expensive. There's always a deal to be found if you really look, and that was the case with me. I did spend $16.23 on the stuff that you're seeing here. I was really excited to find this Starburst. I think this is supposed to be a nut chopper. Needs to be cleaned, and I know that this can be cleaned, no problem. As you can see, it was only $1.99. I've seen these for about $7, $8 in shops around here. Oops, that just completely went out of focus. If those had been blue stars, I would have kept it. I probably will sell it, but I'll wait until I find a blue one to do so. So for the time being, that's going to be for me. I have no idea who made this little amber swirl piece. Could be Pilgrim, it could be Empoli, I have no idea. But I know somebody would really like to have that, so that will be up for grabs at a sale soon. Some of these items will be available, maybe not this upcoming week, but the following week at my sale, because we're doing my industrial sale this week with Katie, and I want to make sure that everything I have is rusty crusty and fits it to a T. So this was really interesting. I've never seen this before. It's a calendar for the year 1965. And it's just like a barrel or something. And there's a horse head on top of it. No maker's mark, but it was definitely different. So I had to have that. These are really fun. These are Mark's company. They're called Campus Cuties. They're really cool. And so I got 6 of them, and they were on sale actually from the original price. I think they were 20% off. So I got those. Even though Christmas just passed, I am always looking for Christmas items because I know people like to buy that all year to have for the holiday season. So I got that pin back. I don't think that that's made by anybody. Could be wrong, though. So that's cool. And then I found this piece. This is probably like a, I don't know if it's definitely not project, probably studio made or like a maybe factory made. It's just an ashtray. Very like 1970s-esque. So that was pretty cool. So that's all I got at Hokey G's. So at 13 Pines, I spent $16.35 on everything here. Just these 2 items. This is awesome. This is a very mid-century clip-on overhead shade. Love that. That's extremely cool. I've never seen that before. And then I got this receipt spike in blue. I think somebody may have painted that years ago. But I will let the original owner, or I'm sorry, the new owner decide if they want to take that paint off or if they want to leave it on there as is. So those are the only 2 things I got there. So the last time that I was up in Bedford, I actually went on a Saturday, and I didn't get a chance to really look in Founders Crossing because I was kind of in a hurry. I had to get back home for my sale. But I've learned that I need to go shopping during the week anyway because stores aren't crazy busy. Anywho, so I took my time, or was able to take my time this time in Founders Crossing. There's lots of glass and some things, again, it just depends on the dealer. Sometimes you can find a really good deal. Sometimes it's priced right where it should be, or it's a little bit more expensive than what you or I would pay. Did buy a couple things for myself and a couple things for resale. This was actually right on the money. This is awesome. This is Lighthouse Cleaner. I just love the graphic on here. You guys know my room is coastal. I do want to get that put on display once I get it situated in here. So that I did pay $15 for. I think it was $15. Yeah, so that's, I saw these in, I think it was like Cracker Barrel in Kentucky, I believe it was. Or maybe it was here. Wherever it was, I saw this and I really liked it and I wanted to get one. So I was really happy to see that there. I did find a Skipper's Friend Ricky by Mattel. It's just the box. I did look that up because I know that sometimes boxes are worth more than the toys. So I think I saw this box selling for about $50, so I had to pick that up. I also found some matchbook covers. You guys know me in pinups. I love pinup stuff, but I also like advertising like this for lifesavers. How stinking cool is that? So that's going to be for me. I'm going to put that in my ephemera book. And then I have this one, which is the pinup girl. Love that. And then I got this piece. I can't remember who made it, but it was worth picking up. It's got a very deco look to it, just the clear and then the blue at the bottom. I lensed it in the store and did more research on it there real quick, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what that is worth. But it was definitely worth picking up. So at the Goodwill, I spent $47.58. And this is what it got me. I have one of these already, so I am going to sell the one that I paid more for and keep this one because I got it for way less. It's just a peacock wall pocket planter. Love that. This is totally awesome. This is a 1944 copy of the Wizard of Oz book. This one was actually published by the Bobbs Merrill Company. This blue binding I'm not liking because it's not showing the images of the front very well. So I'm probably going to take a hairdryer and see if I can remove that just so I can show the cover of the book because I want to put that with like some old Hollywood stuff. It was done by L. Frank Baum. Love, love, love that. I also found this clock that was made by Sears and it's got a chicken on it. It's got a little bit of a scuff right here, but I think a magic eraser will take that off no problem. Over here is this interesting piece. It was made by, I don't know who it was made by, but it says Corey Filter Rod. I just thought that was very interesting. Yellow tags were 50% off, so I did only pay $5 for it. I really have no idea what this is. I just thought it was super interesting, and I don't think I would have paid the $10. I think I was happy paying the $4.99, but it's very, very cool. Nonetheless. I also got some ice cream cone salt and pepper shakers. Those were awesome. What were those? $1.99. I love the yellow and the black of this Syracuse China creamer. This little guy was being sold as is. He was $3.99. It's a Pixie. Unfortunately, his little top was broken off, but I'm happy that it was still there. I can glue that back on, thankfully, with Crazy Glue. I may have to touch up the pink area because you can see the little bit of the crack on it, but you know what? Honestly, that's not a big deal, at least to me. Would you guys have bought him for $3.99 despite the damage? I felt bad leaving him. He needed a home. And I have a small little collection of pixies myself, so I think he'll fit in just perfectly. Oh, almost forgot about my silhouettes here. These were also yellow tags, so I basically got them for that price there, so $3.50 a piece. So those are awesome. I will definitely be offering those at a sale. They're very springy, so I'll probably save them for springtime or right around the time when people are starting to offer that kind of stuff. I love those, and I cannot believe they were only $7 for the set. Okay, so this is everything. Actually, no, there's a couple other things that are not on camera right now because they're a little big that I picked up at Bits of Time, which is, I think it's like 5 minutes away from Hokey G's. Something's new, something's old. So this is from Bath & Body Works. This is Aromatherapy Stress Relief. It's Vanilla Verbena Massage Oil. And this actually does very well. I cannot remember how much it sells for. If I remember, I'll screenshot it for you all. So some Bath & Body Works products are retired or are no longer being made. So that definitely adds to the value. So keep your eyes peeled for stuff like that. This is awesome. This is an old Evening in Paris talcum bottle. There isn't a lot of it in there, but that's not that big of a deal to me. I love this. I think it's just awesome. The font of the letters is awesome. I'm not sure of the age. It could be, I don't know. I know they made this stuff for a long time, and I think, do they even still make it? They might. I have no idea. But I loved that bottle, and I loved the font of the letters. That's just amazing. These are really cool. These are new and sealed. These are Ledden's Wild Cherry Cough Drop playing cards. And you can tell they're old based on the Stardust Joker there. Love that. This is one of my favorite booths at this place because the prices are good and there's some pretty good stuff in there. I did pick up another Globe pencil sharpener. This one I know is definitely older or a little bit newer because it says Russia right there, but it's probably, I don't know. But that is really cool. That's tin. The metal, I'm sorry. The globe is metal. This was actually inside of that box right there. The tread light. It's just a really cool, I have no idea what kind of car this is. It could be an Oldsmobile, I have no idea. But it's a gay 90s piece, I would say, because we've got an older couple dressed like they're from the turn of the century. It's made in Hong Kong, so this probably is from the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. So Bits of Time is basically the same as Hokey G's. There's a lot of a variety in there. There's lots of artisan, but there's also some good vintage and other flea market-y type items in there. Again, prices vary from dealer to dealer. These are really cool. I got 4 of these Canada Dry rings. Probably were for children, or maybe it was for beer. Because doesn't Canada Dry make alcoholic beverages too, instead of just ginger ale? That's just what I know Canada Dry as. So there were 4 of those. I love that. Move this over. Look at this, you guys. I have one of these that's similar to this one here. It's gray and black. This one is like a green and a white, which I love. So it's got a patent date on it for 1912 and 1913. So that's when I think this was made. It does have a small little chip right here, but these olds, I want to say that that's celluloid because it's just very hard plastic, or like thin plastic, but like it would break if you weren't careful with it. And then that came, the Tread Light by Cambridge came with the gay 90s car. So those were some cool pieces. Look at this cute girl. This is a Goodwill piece. She is watering, looks like a little flower right there. And I can't read what that says. Maybe, I don't know what it says, but it says maybe from 83. Super, super cute. Anytime I can find Goodwill really reasonably priced, I'll pick them up. This might be like a $12 or $14 figurine. So this came as a complete shocker to me. I thought this was a really cool piece nonetheless. I just love him. I think he's awesome. He was made by Costa Boda. And I could not believe how much he's worth. I believe he was 20% off. Yeah, the dealer that this okay. Let me rethink that, and then I will try to say it again. The dealer who had this in their booth was running 20% off of Christmas items. That's what I was trying to say. And I was like, that looks really interesting, and I've never seen it before. And when I saw that it was Costa Boda, some of that stuff can do pretty well. Apparently, these are not easy to find, so I did pay $14.40 for it. If you look up Costa Boda Santa on eBay and see what they go for. He doesn't have the original sleeve, but it does have the paperwork and a little bit of bubble wrap to protect it. I love him. I will probably hold on to him for a little bit. If I decide I want to sell him, I will go ahead and do so, but he is just so stinking cool. It's heavy duty, and I love him. So I thrift for myself, as you all know, be it some kind of fun vintage piece or, anything that I think we can use here in the house. This is something that I definitely was looking for. This was only $3.99. It is a laptop cooling pad, and I had ordered 2 off of the Walmart e-commerce site. Used one for maybe like a couple of weeks, and I just didn't like how thin this part was. And the problem is I'd have it on my chest and my upper stomach when I'm laying down, so I can watch whatever it is I'm watching and such. And I'd go to exhale, and the little metal piece, this piece that I'm talking about right here, would push up against the fans because it was such a thin layer. And I just didn't like that, so I ended up taking those back, and I'm happy that I did, because this one is almost like a binder material. It's just thicker plastic. It's got a nice soft border here, and I'm hoping that it works. And I took a chance for $3.99, and I know I can definitely put my other one that I have that doesn't work anymore into the room with my newer computer to kind of elevate it a little bit. So these were the epic score of the day. These are Florence Ceramics lady figurines. I will tell you, I paid $15 a piece for these. And let me show you the bottom. They're very dainty ladies from the 50s, I believe. 50s and 60s. There it is. Pasadena Florence Ceramics. So this is the really epic one. She's a masquerade dancer. Unfortunately, the lace right here on her sleeve has broken off over the years, but that's such a minute detail to this piece. I still think it would do very well. Let me go ahead and insert a picture of the last one of this one particularly that sold. Isn't that crazy? $765 for one of these ladies here. So I'm thinking, since there are no others listed, or at least that I know of right now, that I'll list this girl for probably, maybe I'll put her up for $800 or best offer and see what happens. I may have to do a little bit more research on her. Like I said, I looked her up in the store to see what she was going for, and I knew that it was worth picking up after doing the research, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So aside from the lace being broken on her sleeve there, she's in pretty good shape. I mean, this stuff is so delicate, but it's absolutely amazing. And I actually walked past these a couple times and didn't even look at them. One of the things that I tell a lot of people to do, and I think you all should do as well, is if you go to an indoor flea market or a antique store or something, and there's a booth that has really good stuff and the prices are good, go through it a couple times because you don't see everything the first go around. Like, I didn't see these, or I probably saw them in passing and then kind of just glanced them over, and then I'm like, you know what, let me look into these because these are very intricate, very elegant, and people love these. There's people who collect them. Apparently, if someone paid $765 for this one specifically, I was shocked beyond belief that one sold for as much as it did, and I was like, yep, I'm taking that with me. So that made the whole trip for sure. So I do want to thank you all so much for watching my work in progress room and checking out my haul from Bedford, Pennsylvania. Let me know down below in the comments section what were your favorite items from my haul.